Hello, welcome to Chart Built Wealth, profitable investing with technical analysis. Well, with me turning bullish on China again on Friday, you probably have some inkling that tonight I was going to reiterate my buy rating on copper. Two seem to go hand in hand much of the time, very strong correlation together. And with copper correcting 10%, it looks like a pretty good place to get involved. But there are issues with this, as there always is with every investment or concern. So let's get into it. So here's the copper chart. Here was the triangles, symmetrical triangle. Here was resistance. Here was support. Prices bought up, broke out, suggested a 510 price projection, and we purchased at 401. And when it got to 505, I pulled the plug and I said, this thing is really overbought, confirmed by our RSI and the um, commitment of traders information on the commercials, the big boys who are in the business. The fact that they were massively short at that point in time told me that that things don't go in a straight line, and it would be a smart thing to take my profits and go home for a little bit. And here we are 2 weeks later, 10% lower. And so I'm reiterating my buy rating here. So the one of the problems when I look at this is that where do I put a stop? Way down here. Right now, there's really not a good place to put a stop. So we'll maintain the stop way down here, but I will be urgently looking for some sort of a short-term low that I can move this up, because the time to buy these are on the pattern breakouts because your reward to risk is so favorable. Up here, my reward to risk is 50-50 maybe. So uh, you want to scale your investment proportionately. You don't want to go too big at this point. This was the place to go big when nobody wanted to buy it. Now everybody's searching Google for copper, and so it's getting to be a crowded trade. This shook some people out, but still a crowded trade. I like the fact that we don't have a negative divergence on our RSI. This overbought condition coincided with the high of the recent move, which is a good thing. So let's take a shorter term look here. And here we are. Another reason why I want to buy this is I believe that we're in a third wave. Uh, excuse me, we're currently in the fourth wave, and that we have one more higher high coming before we get a bigger correction. So here's my Elliott wave count. One, two, big third wave, just such a textbook third wave. I'm always looking to buy third waves actually because they're the most profitable and less fits and starts. And here's our fourth wave correction. So of this third wave, we've now corrected 38% of that advance, which is a Fibonacci retracement level. Also, if prices hold here and start to go back up, we have this is a normal place for it to stop. Besides the 38% retracement level, we're also stopping at a smaller wave 4, which is a common support level. So within this third wave, it's stopping at a small fourth wave triangle. And again, we don't have any negative divergences. We got confirmation on that high. So I'm looking for one more higher high before we get a more significant correction. And on the copper ETF, CPER, we had a bullish hammer on Friday. So I'm hoping we had a couple of gaps. So I'm hoping to get some upward momentum, and I will be putting my stop when I think it's appropriate down below Friday's lows. And on a 2-hour chart, now we're over on the copper ETF site. We are getting oversold on a 2-hour chart. So on a short-term basis, we're oversold. We're coming into our 250-hour moving average, exponential moving average. And so, and we have some gaps here. So I'm looking for some of these to be filled, and then we'll be able to hopefully get a stop in place where we're not betting the ranch. But I really urge everybody to not oversize your investment. You want to think about what you can live with, what would shake you out. If your position is too large, you're going to be apt to sell into weakness, which you don't want to do. And while I'm on it, the last thing that you want to do, if you purchase copper tomorrow and then the following day it's up 3 or 4%, you want to sell some. So if you buy 100 shares and it's up 3 or 4% the following day, you want to sell, I don't know, 5 of those shares, 10 of those shares. You want to protect and kind of raise your cost basis. Raise your cost basis? Yes, you want to uh, actually lower your cost basis. So those are just some food for thought. And one last chart before I go here, the point and figure chart. We got a bullish trend line in place. We got way up here with a quadruple breakout. We're getting a retracement. Well, but one thing is that the that's kind of interesting is that the point and figure price projection is 49, which is a long way, much higher than where we're currently at. So I don't want to miss that either. And I think uh, this is something food for thought, something to think about. This is a long-term pattern on copper. It looks pretty close to the Shanghai index, the Chinese index, a 15-year symmetrical triangle, and I tried to break out of that. Only the Shanghai index, we're down here at the bottom. The copper, the copper ascending triangle tried to break out this past month and really closed weak. I mean, this is really a bearish bar, actually. You have uh, you'd call this an evening star pattern where prices opened here at the beginning of the month, traded all the way up here, and by the end of the month, we're way down at the lows. That is not a good candle. So again, I would go slow. Look at the big volume, everybody chasing copper at exactly the wrong time. And we were smart enough to get out of that. So I feel good about it. Again, I'm going in smaller. I bought a little bit on Thursday. I bought a little bit on Friday. Tomorrow, if it's down, I'll be buying a little bit more. And where I had about a 5% position on the initial breakout a couple of months ago, maybe I get this position up to 2 or 3%, something like that. Not as big, but we'll see. Thank you for watching. Chart Built Wealth, Profitable Investing with Technical Analysis. Please like and subscribe. You'll get these updates right away. Thank you.